Is this it here? Is this the one that people want me to watch? What is even going on anymore with the triple dots?
So, of course, this is identical to tier sets.
Yeah.
Where, you know, there's 5 slots and you need one of them.
Yeah.
It's the same as tier sets.
Yeah, so obviously this is one thing that I didn't even know until recently. The set bonus activation requires a specific piece.
Yes,
I hadn't heard that anywhere.
Dakor was saying that in his guide writing for us.
Yeah, so I saw. I checked it out on Warhead earlier today when I was writing this up. And yeah, you need one specific piece of gear if you want the set bonus that you want active to be active.
Okay.
So if you want the unholy bonus,
Why?
if you want the unholy bonus, which is the Shadowmourne effect of the boosted stat,
Yeah.
you need a domination helmet, and then 3 unholy gems.
Wait, so So does that mean you need different versions of the helmet for each different gem? Hairs 2 out? Okay, or not hairs 2 out, but yeah. Because I don't know. I'm not sure.
Across your other gear. For Frost, for the DPS proc, you need the shoulders. And then if you want the healing one, which I imagine a lot of tanks that are pushing will likely want, I'm not super sure, because it has the lifesteal component, then you're going to want
lifesteal is
a
really
chest
good
piece.
for tanking.
Which means that, to be fair, you're likely going to get this stuff fairly handy compared to the speed at which you get Stygian Embers to get the actual Shards of Domination.
Okay.
Because that's all on a weekly kill X bosses, get X shards thing.
Got it.
Or X Stygian Embers. So there is like a progression time, where it means it's not going to be a massive deal. But it fundamentally means that if you want the Frost set bonus, but the shoulders don't drop for you for a week, too bad.
Yeah.
You have to choose between wasting your weekly currency on shards that either you can't fully use the set bonus yet. So if you upgrade your Frost shards because you want the Frost one in the future because it's better for you, but then no shoulders, you can't use it. You can use the shards, but you don't get the set bonus.
Okay.
Yes.
So then the optimal thing for you to do right now, or right at that moment, would be to buy and upgrade the shards for the set bonus you do have access to. Because, say, the helmet rolled for you this week, but the shoulders didn't. You can use Unholy for the next raid progression week and spend your shards there. Or
I feel like the Shards of Domination system is like, it's unnecessarily, like, did people want this? Like, who wanted this Shards of Domination system? Because, like, I'll be honest, like, I never really looked a whole lot into it.
And here's the fucking best part.
I don't care.
Stygian Embers are not just farmable. They are on a weekly lockout.
Yeah.
Which, much like the Valor seasonal cap, it means if you have progression at like any speed in mind, you can use them wrong and not refund them.
Yeah.
Which means that you, based on what piece of loot you get for the first week or two, you can get scuffed.
Yeah.
And it's also wouldn't be a problem if there's master loot, because then you could just, oh hello, I'm Frosty Boy, can I have my shoulders please? Yeah, sure. Unholy Boy will get his helmet next.
Yeah, man.
I really, really, really would like to sit down with the person who designed the system and have a little chat. I'd love to.
Oh yes, I think many people in the World of Warcraft community would love to sit down with the individual responsible for the specific details of this thing.
Yeah. I genuinely believe that the people that are making the reward and the systems, the rewards and like the systems designers in WoW, I genuinely believe that they are completely incompetent. I think they have no idea what they're doing, and they are ruining the game. Like, and I'm not saying that they're not misunderstood. I think that they don't fucking know what they're doing. Like, they don't fucking know what they're doing. They keep making mistakes. You cannot keep making mistakes, and in some cases, the same mistakes over and over and over, and not have it be some degree of incompetence or misunderstanding. Financial pressure from above. I am so sick of you guys using Activision as a scapegoat for this kind of stuff. Activision is not the one that's making decisions for these little things in the game. They're not doing it. It's the people that are making the decisions who are at fault. The designers don't know what they're doing.
because this is a massive thing of, and it's like why we were excited about this near the start. You know, we're like, oh yeah, cool. You know, just get some little things, upgrade them, carry more gear, happy.
Cool.
But then you see the actual implementation, and it's just like it's made by an alien.
Yeah.
Like how did you guys possibly cock up something so simple?
And I'm going to say this,
which is now why I was playing up. I mean, I did actually get this coffee for a reason. I was sort of playing up being half asleep, but it does. It's just that thing of, as soon as you get into, it reminds me of a scene from Star Trek, the original series, where the lads go back in time, and Kirk is like making up this really convoluted twist on whatever card game they're playing with these, like, I don't know, the gangsters or whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, you do this and this and this, and the rule is that, but only if you flip this and do that, but only on a Wednesday. So it's the whole thing of like, oh, okay. Like, Kirk's whole point was that he was making it seem so convoluted and silly.
But it is only on a Wednesday because the corruption vendors would reset. Remember that? But it was. Like, that's actually true, though. Like, the thing is, like, and you have to understand, like, the systems designers are the ones that decided to make the corruption vendors on a rotation. And I know that it's like previous content, but I still want an explanation behind why that was a good idea. Because unless you can understand why these things are happening, they will keep happening. It's kind of like whenever I'm doing raids, like, I just want people to know, do you know why you made this mistake? And it's if they say yes, and they explain, oh, I made this mistake because I did X, and it's like, okay, well, don't do that. Do Y instead. Great. But if you don't know why you made the mistake, you're just going to do it again.
Yeah. Sometimes it feels like that when, it's like the optimal way is to do all of this, and then you tell me, oh, if I do it wrong, it's a seasonal capped currency, and I'm just like, oh, take me away. Yeah. Take me away from here.
Yeah. And what I'm going to say, I don't think this is a massive thing for most players, right?
No.
This is mostly just the mental gymnastics and the mathematic dancing you have to do if you're trying to play this game in any capacity optimally or efficiently, which,
I think the dog could do with more smiley faces. There we go. That's better.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just so awkward. Like, what the... So, I had to spend today thinking about this.
Okay.
I had to spend today parsing this out in my head.
Okay.
I'm not a Mythic Raider. I'm doing it so I can explain it to you guys fairly handily and understand it myself.
Okay.
All the Mythic Raiders have to go through this and think about it. They have to go, well, how do I fucking plan this out? How do I, like, my entire wall's a whiteboard. I'm drawing all over like crazy. Like, okay, how do I map this out efficiently?
So also, Mythic Raiders are just smearing shit in the walls, like.
Yeah. Also,
I feel like Mythic Raiders are probably one of the only groups of players in the game that are probably enjoying themselves. Like, a lot of the people that push back on, like, the opinions that I have in the game, many of them are like high-end raiders.
Yeah. Also, all of this stuff is kind of new and coming out of nowhere. Patch notes, PTR stuff. You don't have much time to plan it, so you're losing your marbles trying to get all this stuff together. And the designers doing that have done the same. They're like, how do we get this together, get it in, throw it together. How will this fit into our grand schemes? Get the gearing curve sorted. But what weeks will people earn specific bits of gear? Is it boss 5 that'll have the helmet? Oh shit! But boss 2 has the shoulders.
Yeah.
Fuck! How do we do this? How do we figure this out? You're like, why? Why have you done this?
But Matt, do you not remember that this is quite similar to tier sets, and that in fact, tier sets are something people want. Yo.
So I'm gonna say this. I think
want tier sets. Tier sets will be great.
Regarding the, there's been people talking about the like defending.
I do want to say that, like, whenever they bring tier sets back, I'm not gonna get like super hyped about it because they never should have gotten removed, and I think the community in general should do itself a favor and not hype itself up about getting things that were taken away back. I think it's just such a bad mindset to have. It's like, oh wow, you're giving me the thing back that we've had for 15 years. Thank God. It's about fucking time. Like, I want to have, like, at least the Shards of Domination. I want to say this, right? At least the Shards of Domination is something new. At least they're trying something new. Now, will it suck? I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm at least glad that they're trying something new. We need more new things in the game. More new things. Not the same stuff. as I said, the last time, like, they had some innovation in BFA, absolutely. But Shadowlands, I'm going to be honest, there's, like, no real innovation in Shadowlands at all in terms of class gameplay. There's really not.
This, the whole, some, bits are locked out, so it's just like tier sets. Where, it's like, there are some differences. There are some differences.
Yeah, it's like,
it makes, you can't really use these tier sets as defense, but this is a bit stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I did sort of, this is pretty quickly written, but I was thinking about how is it like tier sets, how is it not like tier sets? Yeah. And here's the best part. So, there are two ways it's like tier sets. One, it locks out your sockets. Mm-hmm. So you go, right, here's, you've got your helmet shoulders.
Slash
fills.
It's a nice, satisfying base.
Yeah. So there you go. It fills a socket, or a slot, you don't have to worry about that again. Great, fantastic. It is also like tier sets because you get stronger in a significantly, like in a pretty big way compared to just regular item level gearing.
Yeah. Where you get a significantly large bonus for getting a specifically good bit of gear.
Okay. So it does that kind of scaling up over time pretty nicely, especially combined with the Stygian Embers, where they know, well, people will be coming in with rank 3 gems this week. Or, they'll come in with rank 2 gems, and then rank 3 the next week, and then rank 5 2 or 3 weeks later. Stuff like that. This is the
most convoluted version of walking into Icecrown Citadel and Varian giving you like 5% more damage one week.
It's very complex. And I do think that the complexity of the game is not as fulfilling. And like, for example, in let's say like Burning Crusade or in Vanilla WoW, the complexities of the game were pretty simple, and you were able to just know what they are and then just overcome them. I don't really know, like, I think here's what I have a problem with, is whenever you can't figure out what your best thing is based off of just thinking about it and light testing. So for example, a lot of people have to sim things out to figure out if they're good because the bonuses have to be calculated over like a large period of time. Whereas like back in the day, you could just see an item and you would have like a better understanding of if that item is an upgrade or not. But like now you have to like reevaluate your whole character.
It's a complicated version of that. But then there's all the ways it doesn't act like tier sets. One, doesn't actually do anything for your gameplay. You don't get a tier set and go, or you don't get a domination socket filled and then go, right, I get extra holy power from my Hammer of Wrath.
What?
Or anything like that. It's not like, oh, my holy shock now is 3 times healing.
It's not like being a paladin in patch 5.4, wasn't it? 5.4 gave you guys the really cool, I'm just a crazy proc-filled light show.
Yeah, it was like,
Wait, what?
It's no longer like, insert meme about, Thanos putting the last gem in the gauntlet. Nothing like that. We're like, I have unlimited power now, let's go. This is going to be really fun.
Yeah, so it actually doesn't have the main exciting thing.
Yeah, it's just number up.
Yeah, so that's just boring.
Number up. The other one is, unlike the other ones.
So what do the Shards of Domination do then? Like, I don't understand. What do they do? They just make your numbers go up? They don't change. There's like no, it doesn't make like one talent do more damage. They just make numbers go up? Oh, that sucks. They literally make you do 3% more damage. Wow. Whoa.
Unlike tier sets, where you're getting, you've got your 2-part. I've got my 3-part. Sweet. Yeah. When I get my 4-part, I'm going to pop off like crazy.
Okay.
In this one, it's literally one piece controls the majority of it, which is the set bonus, is like the biggest buff. But like we covered, you need one. Like you need your shoulders for Frost one or chest for the Blood one. And it doesn't activate all the shards, but it activates the important part, which is the kind of thing where I feel like that'll be very frustrating for players who are unlucky with drops.
Oh man, can you imagine? We have a joke in our guild, no weapons for Kafsi, because the man's not allowed to get weapon drops. And if it turns into no weapons and no helms for Kafsi, that man's actually going to pop.
Yeah, of course he is. It's that, and then, no helmet.
Yeah, I've had that happen. Like, there's been, like, whole tiers where I went through and I tried to farm out. No, I tried to farm out. There's this necklace from Malkarok in Siege of Orgrimmar, and I completed all of my Warforged Mythic Best in slot in Siege of Orgrimmar except for this neck. And this neck took me like 5 months of farming. And I finally got this neck from farming. Like, it took me months and months and months. And I got the Heroic Warforged, and I had full Heroic Warforged. And I was so happy that I completed it. But every single week that I came in and it didn't drop, everybody would just laugh at me. They'd be like, haha, stupid Baldy, you didn't get it again.
For CatDany, like?
Yeah.
No helmet for CatDany.
And if we say it now and we sort of incant it, you know, then it will be so.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, it's like it's a case of, it's different to tier sets because it lasts longer because you're getting your Ember all the time, and it'll take a while to get up to rank 5 gems instead of, oh, you got lucky, it's sorted.
Yeah.
Happy days. So there's a lot more variance there, which is kind of awkward. And then there's also, you're limited by time, which you technically are for tier sets.
Yeah, you are.
But significantly less so.
There's just less stuff.
Yeah, it's less locked over time, and then it's...
I think the big one.
The last one, which is the biggest one, and the biggest part to do with the... What do you call it? The biggest problem with the sets, like the slots been locked out, is the fact that there are 5 of them. There are 5 bits of gear with domination sockets. If you're not wearing all of them, you're a dickhead.
Yo.
That's what the game is telling you.
Yep.
It's not like you've got 6 tier bits and a 4 set bonus.
So do Mythic Plus players have to do this? So like, does like if you're in Mythic Plus, do you have to do the fucking Shards of Domination? You do. What about if you're PvP? Because these seem really good. If you're in PvP, do you have to do Shards of Domination too? No, probably not. Okay, that's probably a good thing.
It's just put all 5 on, or you're a goon.
Do you wash your hands? No.
Yeah, it's like there's a reason why there would be 6 bits of tier, but you didn't need all 6 for the set bonus.
Yep. Great. That was cool because it's like, if you get the one you want, sweet. If you don't get the one you want, it's fine. You can reuse bits of gear. You can swap around. If you're hyper optimal, you can literally swap out tier sets for things with better stats and like move them around.
That's cool.
I remember having fun with that in Legion when I was swapping tier set stuff around, and then with legendaries.
Yeah, like 2 set, 4 set.
Like I think for like one raid, I put a suboptimal legendary on because I could also have my tier set, and then the next time round,
exactly,
I had the optimal setup, and it was great.
So there's a message here from Peyton C, who says, "Will domination gear be relevant in patch 9.2?"
God, I hope
Fuck
not.
no. No, think about it. There's no way. No. So patch 9.2 brings in patch sets. What?
Yeah.
9.2 brings in tier sets, right?
Did they say it brings in tier sets, or did they say they're going to bring in tier sets at some point? They said, okay, so 9.2 is going to be tier sets faux show. All right, that's cool. I'm glad about that. Thank God we're going to get tier sets then. So so then does this mean the system is only going to be in the game for like 1 patch? What if it's good? Does that mean it's just gone? Like, that is a whole year though. You're right. It is. You're right. This patch will be a whole year. So that's quite a while. You're right about that.
But this is tier sets, just in a form you didn't expect.
Yeah.
So 9.2 is supposed to bring in tier sets. Now, those tier sets are going to be clashing with all of this has happened before, and all of this will happen again.
Yes.
These tier sets will, of course, clash with the domination sockets. And I think that is almost certainly intentional on Blizzard's behalf.
Yeah. It's like in planned obsolescence.
I think they know that
like Apple phones,
people would be happy enough to replace the domination socket system with a tier set.
Imagine bringing out a system that you already expect people to be excited about getting rid of. It's like, man, people are going to be so happy whenever they get rid of this shit that we're going to put in the game, man. They're going to they're going to hate this.
Because it's a fucking tier set, right? It's something that everybody knows that everybody wants.
Yeah.
So because of that, I really cannot see a future where domination gear is going to be a thing in patch 9.2. Now, it could just be that like it will be active at the start of 9.2, and maybe you'll want to wait until you get like your 2 set bonus before you start to flip over to the new gear. I mean, who knows, the item levels and stuff. Or maybe they'll just deactivate it. I don't know. But no, I do think that in patch 9.2 it will be superseded by another gearing system, and I think that gearing system will almost certainly be returned to tier sets, which I absolutely welcome.
I'm glad for that too.
I have a terrible fear that this is a dry run for tier sets, and they won't bring us back tier sets in the way we expect tier sets with all the positives. I feel like kind of the way this is this is like tier sets, but there's a big pile of why it's not. I feel like that's what tier sets are. I'm terrified of what tier sets look like, because I really doubt they'll just be like, here's your tier sets from Legion and back. I just expect it'll be, here's tier sets, but we've done a twist. So we've gated them better. We've progressed them nicely.
If they do that, and if they fuck up tier sets, people will be able to just compare them to old system that was there and worked.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't think it will be good for Blizzard. I have a suspicion they will try to do that. I really hope it doesn't happen and we just get regular old tier sets, because that's what I'll be praising if it should.
I think they need to have different levels of like character customization that are like interesting, and so I like the idea of like the Shards of Domination. I like the idea of like essences and corruptions. I thought that shit was cool. The problem with me is not really the stuff itself. The problem is the barrier to entry and the ability to swap it around. So like, for example, if you wanted to do something like that on your alt, you had to do so much work that it was like this massive barrier to entry, and you never wanted to do it because it was just so much stuff you had to do. Whereas like, if you could just level up the character and have things be account wide. Well, I'll give you an example, right? Is like, if the essences were account wide, like, why would you have to buy the essences? Why would you have to do that? There's no reason for it. Yeah, I have no fucking idea, man. It just doesn't make any fucking sense, man. It sucks so much. Yeah, it sucks so much to have to deal with the alts. Next expansion? Yeah, I'd say so. Like, the thing is that, like, for example, like the conduit, like, I remember yesterday, I realized that I had to get, apparently there's a special mount from level 5 Abomination Factory for Maldraxxus that's usable on all Covenants. So I wanted to get that for my warrior. And I've leveled up my warlock in order to do Maldraxxus and to get the mount for my warrior. And basically I went and I get that, and I asked people, I'm like, what is the level that I need to get in order to get this amount of stuff, right? And they told me that I had to be level 5 for the Abomination Factory, which, for any of you guys that don't know, this is a massive time investment. This is a huge time investment to get level 5. And then also on top of that, you have, you know, like the Covenants, whenever you upgrade all of your Covenant Sanctum stuff and you get more anima. Well, I have all of that unlocked on my warrior, but on my warlock, I don't. So now I have to go and do world quests that give me one 35-piece anima thing, one little nugget of anima, whenever I could do it on my warrior and get an entire 6-piece meal. So I'm literally going around and I'm doing the exact same thing that I'm doing on my warrior, on my warlock, and it's legitimately 20% as effective because of a system, because of a fucking system. Like, it's crazy that it's not account wide. And this is the problem that the game has. The problem is that they don't have this shit be account wide. It makes me so annoyed, man. Make things account wide. I'm talking about this more. I want to finish the video. Then I'm gonna really mauled out over this.
Surreal Domination sockets. I think the TLDR is.
I'm gonna get so.
The
pissed.
idea, good. The sort of the broad strokes, okay. Specific bits of the implementation, a bit less okay.
Yeah,
and that's
for sure.
That situation. It's going to be fine enough. I mean, Heroic Curve Raider, right? I'll be getting the benefits of this system and not that many of the downsides, because I'm not going to have to kill myself to hyper optimize. It's just the sort of thing. Whenever we see a new system come in, and you know, there's pickable holes in it that seem obvious. I think we should sort of pick at those, because it's worth thinking about things, right? Thinking is good. I think
a good example is, like, a lot of people, I think feedback that Blizzard got from legendaries throughout Legion made legendaries better. And by the time that, like, 7.2 came around, and especially 7.3, the legendary system was good. Like, it was a pretty good system. I think that's kind of why people give feedback, is they want the systems to get better. It's actually just that simple. They want the systems to get better, and people don't, like, they don't want to play the systems the way they are now, right? It's just like 7.3 is hot shit. Yeah, exactly. 9.2 will fix it. No, 9.3.5. That's whenever all of the Covenants are going to come together to defeat the Jailer once and for all. And because they're all coming together, you're going to be able to use all of the Covenant abilities, but you can only use one signature ability, but you can choose them whenever you want at a vendor that's probably an Ouroboros. Bro, it's going to be lit. It's gonna be so lit.
That's it. Like,
let me go ahead and I'll double check on some of these comments here. I'll see what they say. Never play a game that even a developer doesn't want to play. You pretty much nailed it. They'll bring in tier sets, but they'll add in a twist that no one's gonna like because of their vision. And I think this vision is the problem, right? This Blizzard has a vision of the game. That they have a vision of what they want to see happen. And here's the problem: is that their vision is bad. It's a bad vision. It's that simple. It's bad. It doesn't make it's stupid. Like it doesn't. It's people don't like playing it. It's obnoxious. It just wastes time. You're trying to make it like a MOBA. Like the vision. It's not that people don't understand the vision. It's that they do. That's why they're pissed off. The vision is being it's Activision. Oh. That's good. So let's go over here. What's this here? Blizzard Summer Sale Radiant Bundle, 50% off most mounts and pets. Let's watch the video. It's unlisted. It's Jesus Christ. Here we go. Let's watch it. What? Wow. Oh my God. Why isn't it 69%? That's so cool. Take my money, Blizzard? Yeah, please, Blizzard. Like, let me fucking give you all my money now. I don't know really what to say about that, man. It's whatever. Yeah, it's kind of whatever.